Hello everyone, happy Tuesday. I don't want to move on from slope-intercept form yet. I want to make sure that everybody gets a lesson in person on this because it's big. My M through Z kids, you guys got this in person on Wednesday, so I want to give my A through L kids a chance to learn it in person today. So M through Z, I'm just going to give you a little reteach of this and then some practice. So your quick reteach here is that slope-intercept form is a linear equation written in the form y equals mx plus b. M is our slope. B is our y-intercept. To write the equation of a line in slope-intercept form, you first need to find the slope and the y-intercept. That's your first steps. To find the y-intercept, we just find where the line crosses the y-axis. To find the slope, choose 2 points on the line, and then we can either use rise over run by looking at the graph, or we can do y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. If we just use 2 points, we can name them x1, y1, x2, y2, and we can use that formula for slope. After you write the equation, you can check it by substituting the points into the equation to make sure that they are solutions. So now let's take a look at an example here. I'm going to zoom in a little. So if I want to write an equation of the line in slope-intercept form, the first thing I'm going to do is identify that y-intercept. It's where the line crosses the y-axis. Okay, so it crosses at 1. When I write a y-intercept, my x is always 0. A y-intercept is a point. My x is 0, my y is a value. So my y-intercept is 0, 1. So my b is 1. Now I want to find the slope. There's 2 ways you could find the slope here. You could do it by rise over run. I don't know why I put it in there. Put risen. Rise over run, or you can do it algebraically with this formula. For this one, you need to identify 2 points. For both of them, you have to identify 2 points, but you only need to write it out for one of them. So let's look at these 2 points. All right, I have one solid point here and one solid point here. So I have the point 0, 1, and that one's on 3, 0. So I can call this x1, y1, x2, y2. I've got to label those. If I just look at my rise over run, that's just looking at the graph. So how much am I running? Well, how much am I rising? Well, I'm actually not rising. I'm falling. I'm going down. So that's going to be a rise of minus. I have a negative sign there. And it just goes down 1. And then I run 1, 2, 3 to get to my other point. So my slope here, using rise over run just by looking at the graph, how do I go from one point to the next? I fell 1, so that's a negative 1, and then I ran 3 over. So that's one way to find my slope. The other way is to take these 2 points, label them, plug them into this formula. So my y2 is 0, minus my y1 is 1. My x2 is 3, minus my x1 is 0. 0 minus 1 gives me negative 1. 3 minus 0 gives me 3. Either way, my slope is negative 1 over 3. Now, the last thing is to write the equation. It should always be in this form. So my m, we found my slope is negative 1/3. And my b, my y-intercept, is 1. So that would be me writing that equation. The other way we have to think about, quickly to review, is what if I gave you an equation and asked you to graph it? So what if I said, so this is just an example here. What if I said to graph y equals negative 1/2 x plus 5? Now looking at this, my slope is this negative 1/2. My y-intercept is the 5. Okay. I got to start at my y-intercept of 5, put a dot there. And then my slope is negative 1 over 2. So I'm going to go down 1 over 2. Down 1 over 2. Down 1 over 2. If I want to go the opposite way, I'd do the opposite. I'd go up 1, left 2. And then I just have to connect my dots. And I have my line. Okay? So I just wanted to give you guys a little refresher. Please make sure when you get to this problem in the classwork today that you are looking at what you're going up by. So here I'm going up by 50 from 100 to 50 to 150. I'm going up by 50 and I'm going over 1. Okay, so just pay attention to what we're rising by and what we're running by. Okay? All right, I hope you guys have a wonderful Tuesday, and I will see you next week because I will not see you Wednesday. Okay? Have a great day.